Yo, call me million. It's crazy. I was about to sneeze my life away, bro. My goodness. I wasn't even paying attention. Yo, strictly Pistons. Bro, let me tell you something. Yo, strictly Pistons. My dog. This is a guy, right? The person I'm about to talk to, I actually forgot about. I forgot to talk to about, and it really glossed over, like it just went over my head about Cade Cunningham, fam. Um, the Detroit Pistons, man. I'm not gonna lie. I love what they're bringing. I love what the Detroit Pistons are bringing. I love the energy. I love the toughness. I love the attitude. I'm thinking back when Cade and Shaq was having that conversation about Jalen Green, like he knows what's up. Bro, Cade's up, dog. Cade is really next man up. I don't know if you guys been paying attention to the preseason at all, but bro, this dude Cade. I'll put off some stats for y'all. I'll give y'all some stats so that way you guys are aware. You guys are aware of what's going on, right? But in preseason, bro, this dude, I get it. It's just preseason, but bro, you can't deny like this is crazy impressive. The man in 19 minutes, right? In each game. The first game he played, only 19 minutes, 24-3. Like 20 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds on like 72-66. Insane. Then against Milwaukee, almost the same exact thing. 26, 6, and 6 on 57-40, right? And, even watching the games, man, I'm not watching all of it, right? But, just getting a few glimpses here and there, seeing Cade and what's happening. Bro, it's like every year you can see the improvement from him and you can see how more comfortable he is getting in the NBA setting. And, I think the key part here for this year is really going to be strength for him and how much he worked and his strength to be able to, finish through contact a bit more. But, dog, I've always been high on Cade. I compare Cade Cunningham a lot to Luka Doncic because they play just very similar to me. Bigger guards, mad patient, great feel for the game. Definitely can rush into shots, but definitely love to take their time in dissecting their opponents and even the defense. And they just let the game come to them a lot of the time. Cade more than Luka, but it's very good to see and how they're both able to play. And man, 20, bro. Well, he averaged like 26 to like 27 and 9 last year. Man, Zeno Knight, join the Cade Glaze, because this is definitely, we talked about the Victors, we talked about the Lucas, we talked about all these other guys stepping up for the league, your Ant-Mans and Shea. Bro, people aren't talking enough about Cade Cunningham being one of those guys that's about to take over the league, fam. I truly believe that. I truly believe Cade Cunningham is going to be one of those players that's going to be taking over the league. Everyone's going to bro, they're going to like his, I guess we could say, aura. They're going to like his attitude. They're going to like his grittiness, right? Because Cade, if we're going to be honest, right, Cade is I wouldn't be like lockdown. He's a solid defender, right? So he's like one of those, the better offensive players in the game that's like a solid defender, him and Shea, right? And he has a very complete game. He has a very complete game, high passing IQ, just high IQ in general. And he's, with his size, he's able to, match that with some of the defense there that a lot of these other guys who's the best offensive players don't really have like that. Trae Young, Luka, Jokic, right? They definitely have that inherent flaw. Even though Cade, I want to be like, he's a lockdown, and I think he could get taken advantage of depending on who it is. It's not as worse as everyone else. And yeah, Cade, strictly Pistons, you're right. Like Cade not a dude that's over here, flopping. He's really just trying. He's a hooper, dog. It's like Ant-Man. When I watch Ant-Man, like him and Ant-Man is like, they're just hooper, fam. I still remember the hate he was getting in 23-24, even though he was. So yeah, Zeno Knight, I thought Cade was being criticized unfairly that year. I was actually one of the main people defending him, mainly because I kept telling people like, with Cade, ever since he got drafted, he's a Sore Thompson. What shooters did they have on the team? You had Isaiah Stewart running the 4, Isaiah Stewart, Isaiah Stewart being one of your 3-point shooters, dog. Like, that's what y'all had. That's literally what you guys had Cade Cunningham playing in next to in his first couple seasons. And then y'all surprised, his percentages aren't really that great. I keep telling people this all the time. I said, stats are a product of two things: who you are and who your team is. It's both. The stats are a product of you and your situation. It's not just one. It's both. Every single time. Allen Iverson's a good example of this. Cade Cunningham's a good example of this. Even Kevin Durant, we could say, a great example of this. KD had his best efficient years with who? The Golden State Warriors. Now, KD was a great player, great, highly efficient player, but even his situation maximized that. You feel me? So even Cade being on like one of the worst spaced lineups in the league, could we even say league history? Like, that was a really bad crew. Killian Hayes, Marcus Sasser, this is bad lineups. So last year, the Pistons got some not like amazing 3-point shooting, but they make them actually a subpar 3-point shooting team. Maybe you can even say maybe a little bit above average, some spacers around him. And look what he was able to do. Higher percentages, higher points, and just a more effective and efficient game. My camera skipping, that's not really my camera. That's just my lagging. I think I'm going to buy a new Wi-Fi. I don't know. So last season, right, with them actually improving their lineup a bit, bro, this is you're really seeing what Cade could have been doing. I thought he was being able to do that in his second year. But now with the team that he had, he was able to do it in his third year, right? Third or fourth year. I forget which year he's in. And then this year, I think it's just one and the same. I think Cade and his flaws a bit last season was, he's not flopping. He avoids contact, which is good. I think it's good because he's not one of those guys that's just trying to run into contact to get the foul. He's avoiding contact and trying to finish through traffic, which I do admire. But there are some times, man, I'm not going to hold you. You got to get that foul, dog. You got to get to the line. To me. But I understand it. He's like a hooper. If you a hooper, you not. It's like a park hooper, right? You're not really just going in there trying to call a foul every time, bro. You trying to hoop and you trying to avoid it as much as possible. I think Kyrie Irving's also a great example of that too. So Cade reminds me a bit of that, and I do believe if he worked on his strength a bit more to be able to finish through those contact layups and those tough finishes, we'll be able to see him on a next level. But dog, Cade and Shay, you brought it up, the second, third, the Pistons will be legit contenders. The Pistons are making strides too. It's not just Cade. I think the Pistons have done a good job in the last couple of seasons of improving the lineup. I'm not going to be they're title contenders or they're going to be upsetting anybody. Well, maybe they could. They could upset some people, but I don't know about all the way to a championship run. Nah, but I do like what the Pistons have been doing. I do like the roster that they've been acquiring. And did Malik Beasley come back? I know he was getting in trouble for that freaking that's the gambling stuff that he got found innocent of, and then he got robbed of the bag. Crazy. I'm not gonna hold y'all. A little segue here. What they did to Malik Beasley is actually criminal. If I'm Malik Beasley, I'm looking to sue them. They robbed that man of a paycheck. They literally robbed that man of a paycheck. All that bull crap that he had with the supposed gambling stuff literally ruined his free agency. Ruined it. Yeah, I felt so bad. That was terrible. And then he was guilty. That's crazy. And Malik Beasley, I'm not trying to say Malik is amazing, right? But Malik as a 3-point shooter for the crew, I think is valuable for the Pistons, right? I do think they still need that. But I think, even though Tobias getting older, he was kind of shaky last year. I think he's still a bit of a shooter that still needs to be respected. They got Karis LeVert. They still got Jalen Duran. Jaden Ivey's not bad to me too. I like Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey. They acquired Duncan Robinson. And Asor Thompson can't shoot like that, but I think Asor Thompson is like a phenomenal defender. He's like a phenomenal defender, right? So I like what they're doing, man. I like what they're doing. Dang, Duncan Robinson's 31. Where has the time gone? My goodness. Duncan Robinson is 31? Dang. I remember when he was a young boy in Miami back in 2020. He's 30. Well, he was an old rookie. He was an old rookie. So we got to be honest about that. But I think the Pistons in the last couple of seasons have been doing pretty well. So I'm very excited to see what they can be. I'm very excited what they can do. And I don't know. Can they make a run? Can they not? I'm not sure. All I do know is Cade Cunningham, that dog's going to hoop. I do believe if the Pistons are like top four in seeding or 5, we could go top 4, top 5. What's his name? Cade will be like top 5, top 6 in MVP voting. Without a doubt in my mind. So Cade, listen, I'm all for it, bro. This year, I want to just uplift these young guys. We got to start talking about these guys more. Ant-Man, everyone talks about Ant-Man. Everyone talks about Luka. Everyone talks about Shea. Shea actually, he's like, they're in his prime, but they're still young. They're talking about all these guys, man. Cade Cunningham, that's another one. Paolo or Franz or both, that's going to be another duo that's going to be nice on the Magic, right? I love what they can bring. I also want to talk about, I know this is someone everyone talks about, Victor Wembanyama. But Victor Wembanyama, and even in preseason, bro, this guy's a cheat code, bro. Like, Victor's a cheat code. What this guy can do is insane. Let me read off some stats for you. The last game he played, bro, like, it's not even fair. Hold up, let me get the stats because it's like it's not fair. It's just not fair. He's going against the Utah Jazz. This guy in 16 minutes played. 16 minutes, guys. 16. 22, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. In 16 minutes, bro. Bro, this dude's going to be an animal, bro. Animal. My goodness, bro. And, yeah, Victor, the way he's progressing, bro, top 5, top 10 player, he's in that range, dog. Like, he's really in that range. And, bro, like, this guy's about to be averaging like 4 blocks a game. The Jazz are like the worst team in the league. But, Victor is – I didn't think I would – I'm not going to lie to y'all. I didn't think that post-2010 we would really be seeing someone like average 4 blocks a game. I really didn't think that was going to be possible. And now we got a guy, Victor, where he's very close. Like, Victor is very close to averaging 4 blocks a game. Right? He was 3.8 last year. 3.8. He's this close to averaging 4 blocks a game. I really think he probably could do it. I didn't think I would be able – I did not think I was going to see that in my time. I'm going to be honest. I did not see that at all. But he's averaging like 4 blocks a game. Great defender, great rim protector. But at the same time, this guy is giving you like 11, 10 boards. And this year, I think he's going to be able to score even more. But he's going to be giving you like 25, 26 a game. With elite defense like this, one of the best rebounds in the league just because he's like 7'8". He's 7'8". And, bro, he shoots the 3-ball crazy. Like 35% for a big man, shooting 8 threes. That's wild. That's just wild to me. Like, that's insane. You shooting 35%, 35.5% on 8 threes at that size. Bro, it's like 2K26, dog. Like, what do you even do to that? What can you even do? And Victor's wild. He'll just keep pulling. He'll just keep pulling. Literally. And, that puts the defense in some tough positions. And it opens up the floor for everyone else. Like, you got a big that you have to semi-respect at the three-point line because he's just going to keep – there's some games, I'm not going to lie. There's some games that the Spurs have won because this man Wemby just got crazy hot from three. Crazy hot. This guy, bro, that's a cheat code. That's a cheat code, fam. That's your 2K26 stretch big 7-4. Yeah, I'm tired of this guy, rhythm shooter Victor Wembanyama, fam. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. That's who he is. He's about to destroy the league with this, bro. And I just think he's going to keep getting better. How long do y'all think it's going to take for him to become the best player in the league? 3 more years. I give it that. I got 2 or 3 more years, bro. He's about to be the best player in the league. Because his progression is crazy. And I think De'Aaron Fox was a great acquisition. I think it helps him out a lot, especially with how they could do a lot of pick and pops. He can space out the floor for De'Aaron. De'Aaron loves going downhill, which opens up the floor for him. They can play off each other very well. And De'Aaron, he's not like a terrible shooter. I think he's solid. So he can definitely get to his own spots and not just focus on driving down. But man, Victor's crazy, man. Victor is crazy. And even though we got Jokic, we got Giannis, Luka, Shea, fam, let's not act like Victor wasn't – this is the next guy. It was LeBron and now it's him. He's going to be in those categories. He's going to be in these conversations. Did you miss the weak big era of 2011, 2015? How is that a weak big era? Hold on. I had a conversation with Mars about this. I remember. How is Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, Marcus Cousins, Kevin Love, Marc Gasol, Tyson Chandler, Joakim Noah, what was that, DeAndre Jordan? How is that really a weak era? I don't understand that. How is the 2011, 2015 era a weak era for bigs? Are we talking about power forwards and centers? Because the power forwards and centers, there was a good amount of power forwards and even centers. Zebo, Zach Randolph, he was tough. Chris Bosh, fire. What are we talking about? KG was still playing at that time. Paul Gasol was still playing at that time. I don't understand how is that a weak era? How is that a weak era for bigs? We're talking about power forwards and centers. To me, it just don't make sense. If you want to say centers, I can get with that a bit. We're talking about bigs, power forwards, and centers. Nah, I don't know what we're talking about. How is that weak, Shay? How is that weak compared to? Let's see. Bro, you can't. The 2000s was the best of the best. So why we can't be all right, yeah, the 2000s was on this level and then the 2010s was on this level, so that era was trash. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that's accurate. The 2000s was a golden era of NBA legends in general, all across the board. KG, Duncan, Powell, C-Web, Dirk, Shaq, Amari, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, whichever one you want to say. There was a bunch of them. Who else? Kenya Martin, who was there. Carlos Boozer was tough. Who else we got? There was talent, Dwight Howard was in there. Thank you, sir. I gotta look through the names. I can't remember everyone. Dag. I think I'm missing one. I think I'm missing a few. Oh, you had Jermaine O'Neal, Yao Ming. There's a power forward I know I'm missing. So like the 2000s had that, the 90s even had it. But the further down you go, the more you're like, okay. Like in the 70s, dog, when I look at the 70s, like who is really down there? Like who is really down there in the 70s? Take Moses Malone, take Kareem. Bill Walton only played like one or two like great seasons, right? Give me more names. Give me more names. That's a weak big era to me. Jack Sigma. I'm good off that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm good off that. I'm good off Jack Sigma. Like the 70s is like, come on. And then the 60s, you can't even use the 60s because they only had like they only had like 12 teams in the league. So we can't even use the 60s like that. The 70s to me is like a weak era of bigs. No, the 90s was, you had the 90s and the 2000s. That was like the pinnacle. That was the pinnacle of bigs. That was pinnacle of bigs and power forwards, right? 80s, we're talking about early 80s, shaky, right? Early 80s, I'm not sure. So, yeah, see, like, come on. Artis Gilmore, Bob McAdoo, Lanier Cohen's, like, I'm not going to lie. LaMarcus Aldridge is cooking over half of those guys. And Wilt was like early 70s. Wilt was like a 60s guy. What was a 60s guy to me? You know? So I don't really include Wilt. I don't care about that all the time. Wes Unseld is getting destroyed by LaMarcus Aldridge. Wes Unseld is getting annihilated by LaMarcus Aldridge. What's up, Herb? Salute to you, brother. Bob McAdoo is getting penetrated by Blake. Baptized. Yeah, sorry. I should have said that. I'm sorry. Blake is going in on a bunch of these guys. Not going to hold you. It's nasty for them. And Dwight was even in the 2011 and 2014 era. He was still good in that era. Dwight is cooking a bunch of these guys. Like, come on, the 70s, let's be real. The 2010 bigs are destroying the 70s bigs, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And like we can't even use Walton like that. Walton only had like 2 like elite seasons, and then he kept getting hurt. Can't even use him. I promise you. Zebo's cooking them. Zebo's cooking Wes Unseld. Marcus Gasol's cooking Wes Unseld. Paul Gasol's cooking Wes Unseld. All of them. LaMarcus Aldridge is cooking Wes Unseld. Kevin Love is cooking Wes Unseld. Chris Bosh is cooking Wes Unseld. They all cooking them. They cook a majority of those guys. DeBuscher, all of them. Even Sigma could have been a defender back then. Guess what? He's getting cooked by these guys now. DeMarcus Cousins. Do y'all know what DeMarcus Cousins would do to Bob McAdoo? My goodness. Bob McAdoo is too skinny for him, bro. Come on. I'm not hearing this. Yeah, Da Vinci. Yeah, Vinci. Come on, man. I'm not hearing it. I don't want to hear that nonsense, bro. I don't want to hear that. Don't give me this. Don't give me this. Oh yeah, the 2010s, 2014s was a weak era for bigs when we could really go through these legends, dog. Bob McAdoo's not cooking boogie. Come on. I'm sorry. With all due respect. Bro. Bob McAdoo is not cooking boogie. Let me look at the 2010s bigs because I know I'm missing more. NBA. I know for a fact I'm missing more. Let me do front court. Like, come on, dog. Stay here for a minute. Give me a second. Because JaVale McGee was actually one of the first ones. That's actually disgusting. That is actually absolutely disgusting. No. No. This is actually disgusting too. Kevin Garnett is in it. I can't find it like this. Dang, I don't have a list. There's no list coming up. Okay, let's see. Let's see these power forwards. Tim Duncan. I forgot Tim Duncan was in a part of that crew. Do y'all know what Tim Duncan is doing to those guys too? Even though he wasn't a scorer like that, what he used to, Tim Duncan is cooking those boys. Paul Millsap is cooking them boys. Al Horford was cooking, bro. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? God. David West. I knew I was missing some guys. I knew for a fact. Jay Smooth, bro. If y'all don't know Jay Smooth, bro, don't even talk to me, dog. Don't even talk to me. Jay Smooth, what he would do to those guys from the 70s, the only guys I'll be like, okay, nah, they won't really get cooked like that. You could go like Kareem. You could be like Moses because of the size. Thurman was a good defender. But Thurman is like more of the it's more of the 60s as well. I can't even include Thurman like that. Parrish. You know, those are like the few guys where I'm like, okay, they could hold their own. All these other guys from the 70s, like there's no way you're going to sit here and tell me that Dave DeBusschere is like not getting cooked by these guys. There's no way. Or Wes Unseld. Or Elvin Hayes. Come on. There's no way. Al Jefferson? Bro, what he would do in the post was immaculate. It's like him and Kemba Walker, bro. Him and Kemba Walker is like it's sad what happened with them and how they were stuck on their franchises. But those were hoopers, without a doubt. Those were without hoopers. Without a doubt, they were hoopers. I'm not gonna go too far and say Al Harrington. I'm not gonna go that far. Well, come on, man. Like let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, dog. Like that 70s thing. Wes Unseld was one of the best bigs when it comes to fast breaks and transition. And guess what, Herm? When he would get in half court and he'll actually face a 6'11", 7-foot guy, guess what? That brother was getting cooked. They was making fun of him. They literally was making fun of the 70s guys. The 70s announcers was making fun of him for how short he was. Literally. They were literally making fun of him for that. That's not even me. That's people from their time. From his own time. They made fun of him for that. Because they knew for a fact he was undersized. He didn't stand a chance. These is facts. I'm sorry. Like, these is facts. And I have watched 70s film. I'm sorry. It does not impress me like that. It does not. And so I'll rebound to Kareem. Dog. Tell me how many points Kareem averaged in those finals, bro. How many points did Kareem average? Got annihilated. Kareem was annihilating him. That's the same finals where he was getting made fun of for being too short. The same one. And Wes Unseld was a team player, without a doubt. But that man was getting cooked. Zebo, Marc Gasol, Dwight Howard, they're all cooking him. There's nothing he could do. He's too small. I'm sorry. And this is just how I honestly this is what I believe and this is what I think. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm just not. Willis Reed, DeMarcus Cousins bodying him. I'm sorry. That's just what I believe. But listen, I gotta go. Salute to you guys, man. Like the video, subscribe. Goodness, my mic dropped. I just did a mic drop. My first one. Salute, bro. Be safe and take it easy, dog. Peace.
I've been struggling to keep my head held high. My head held high. And I've been struggling to keep this pain inside. This pain inside.